Looking good, YouTube. My name's Love Game, or PD1 Piranha if you prefer, and I am a man destined to be king. Welcome back to more Let's Play Dark Souls. In this part, we're going to probably just do the entirety of the depths, this next section coming up in a few seconds. Right there. Excuse me, just depths, doesn't even have a V on it. This place is full of more dollar store Halloween decorations. I don't know if I mentioned that or not, but I don't like the look of the generic hollows in this game because they look like something you would find at the Walgreens or the pharmacy for a Halloween decoration. It just looks incredibly cheesy and non-threatening to me. Went ahead and put on the Elite Knight armor, just again kind of the poster boy outfit of Dark Souls 1, although this one has a mod on it. As you can see, it's green. Oh, excuse me, has anyone seen my arm? You can't miss it, it's green! More Dragon Ball Z references for you. I don't know if anyone actually got that. There is a bonfire coming up, thankfully, so it's not too bad to traverse through here, trust me. I've had to go back and forth through here a lot when I play this game, so I would know. Let's see, down here we have somebody chopping up dinner. I don't know how I feel about that. But speaking of armor, as you can see now, I'm no longer fast rolling. I'm doing what's called a mid roll. That is only in Dark Souls 1. It's not in Demon Souls, Dark Souls 2, and Dark Souls 3. I think there's a lot of fucking dogs in here. Oh yeah, this is where they start taking more to kill. It sucks because they always have that health that's like just enough to where you can't kill it in one hit. That's where our handy two-handing ability comes in, just like that, and that. Thank goodness for poise. This armor has quite a bit of poise, probably the best poise you can get at this point in the game, so I suppose the trade-off for having to mid-roll isn't so bad. I just don't care much for the mid-roll. Like, it's cool, and at the same time it's not. Because Dark Souls 1 is the only game in the series where you can really... What the fuck on? Where you can feasibly play like a heavy knight. Oh, I could not parry that for shit. Wow, I'm really not getting it. I guess the timing is a little more strict on certain enemies. Because I was getting it just fine on the Baldur Knights. Oh well, have a secondary strategy here. It's called backstab fishing. Yeah, Dark Souls 1 is the only game in the series where you can feasibly play like a heavy, tanky knight character and actually feel like you're... like you're a knight, like you're in heavy armor and carrying around metal weapons and all that. So for what I'm wearing right now, the mid-roll kind of makes sense. But in Dark Souls, in Demon Souls, and then 2 and 3, you only have either a fast roll or a slow roll, called most people call it the fat roll. It's just where you have way too much shit on and you can't roll at all, basically. Where's that other enemy at? Isn't she up here? There we go. It looks so weird. It's like someone was playing like Forge in Halo or something and they fucking just spawned the enemy in. I know they drop from above, but that's what it looks like to me. Good camera angle here. And... oh. Gotta love those iframes. Killing both of these will get you a sack, which is kind of a, for now, just kind of a comical item you can wear, but you can trade it in for something a lot better later on, so it's not totally useless. And in here, we have someone else to,
You. Yes, you. Here, over here. Please, you must help me.
Alright. By the way, roll into that barrel. Do not try to hit it with your weapon like that, because he'll get pissed off at you. Darkside Phil did that back in the day, and he got like so mad that the dude got all hostile on him.
Thank you. Thank you, dearly. Great Scott. Oh, hello there. Fine, thanks to you.
Well, at least he's grateful towards us. Yeah, that is Laurentius. He is the, what do you call it? Pyromancy trainer. If you use the pyromancy magic, then you will want to free him as soon as possible because he will give you access to better spells. Through here, I don't normally go back here all that often. First, I'll usually go over there where that drop-down place is, but oh look, a nice glowy, lovely item. Surely this is not oh, wait. You see that? Looks pretty slimy to me. Let's lure him out. These enemies are just your generic slimes. They take a long time to kill if you don't have any sort of magic, which I don't right now, so I'm going to try to avoid fighting them all together if I can. We got more of these guys coming in to try to slap our shit, but guess what? We got poise, baby. But yeah, this whole area is filled with these slimy dudes, which will make your day all sorts of bad. If they do catch you, they will latch onto your head and do a kind of a grab animation that you can't really avoid. And the hitbox on it is kind of bullshit, if you ask me. It doesn't always match up with, like, even if it kind of drops down next to you, it'll still count as the grab getting off. So it's just best to try to get as far away from them as you can. Thankfully, they do get stunned, so you're seeing how long these take to kill compared to the hollows and whatnot. It's a little bit ridiculous, just a little bit. They do, however, drop some very good items. I have not gotten any yet, but I promise you they will drop something worth your while if you are patient enough to grind on them. Which I have done many times when I play Dark Souls. I often grind on these enemies right here. This particular group of them because, well, there's a lot of them. And they're pretty non-threatening otherwise. If they don't drop on your head, I mean, there's nothing to worry about. But right through here, I believe. Now, normally, if you don't have the Master Key, you have to get a certain other key called the Sewer Chamber Key to get to that, get to this bonfire. But thankfully, I have the Master Key. I will show you where the Sewer Chamber Key is regardless. But yeah, I do like the fact that you can kind of play the game like a heavy, tanky knight style character. That's cool. And you actually feel like it. But I feel like they should have implemented it more to do with the type of weapons and armor you have, rather than just the flat weight with no other factor. Because I don't like it when I'm wearing, like, cloth robes or some incredibly, like, maybe some chainmail or something like that, or leather, and I still can't fast roll because I'm not 25% of my total equip load, which takes a very long time to kind of max that out. You have to use a lot of items. As you can see, I'm actually using the Havel's Ring. I showed you that before. There's a great axe. But yes, I am using the Havel's Ring, and I'm still slow rolling. Again, I'm in heavy armor, so it makes sense. Watch out for those boxes, by the way. They can have rats inside of them. But I just wish they would have, like, factored that in more, because I don't like feeling slow in these games. It's kind of one of my biggest peeves when it comes to Dark Souls 1 versus 2 and 3. Because it's kind of a, I guess you could call it a double-edged sword. That's where the Sewer Chamber Key is, by the way. It's pretty close to the entrance, so if you don't find it, well, there it is. I believe there's nothing else here for now, so I'm just going to keep going down. But yeah, that was like one of my first complaints with Dark Souls 1 when I very first played it, because I had already played Dark Souls 2 first. So I'm going to go ahead and use up some of these fire bombs on the next enemy, because it is a familiar enemy that can be quite annoying to face up front. You have another one of those reverse-speaking enemies, specifically. Let's go ahead and try to get him out of the way. There we go. Now what he can do is buff those rats down there, and if he does that, they will be incredibly strong and kill you in 1 or 2 hits. So I would highly recommend trying to take care of him before you take care of the rats. Just don't rush down here. I mean, it's just kind of a general rule of Dark Souls, is do not rush into any location, because you are more likely than not to get your shit pushed in, if you ask me. Anyways, through here we got some more boxes, so again, just kind of keep your shield up or get ready to dodge. The rats are great for farming as well, because they usually drop humanity. I just don't have a lot of, I don't have the items that would make you drop, or make, you know, my luck get better. Humanity does that as well, so it's kind of a proportionate thing. You get more humanity from the rats, and you use it, you have better chance of getting more, so everybody wins. Except for the rats, they're fucking dead. This one will try to trap you down here. I mean, normally the rats are the ones who are trapped, but yeah, don't drop down there, it's a drop. I personally am not a big fan of the depths. They're just kind of a generic video game sewer level in my opinion. And again, one of the lower points of Dark Souls 1 happens to be in the early game. I've said this a few times, I just don't think... Oh shit! I should not have been grabbing items right now. This is a giant rat. If you want, you can drop down on it, but I wasn't in the right position to do so. And that was kind of my fault right there. I did not have the stamina for that. I'm trying to get behind him so I can at least maybe get a cheap hit in or two. This one does not respawn, though, as I said before. A lot of the tougher enemies in Dark Souls 1, compared to 2, get out of here, do not respawn. Let's use a last bomb on him. There we go. Yeah, it takes off a lot of stamina, so be careful of wasting all that on a single block like I did. Man, he hits fucking hard. I mean, he's giant, so it makes sense, but I gotta point that out. Normally I don't fight this guy up head, or head up. Oh, I said up head. Kinda reminds me of the Royal Rat Authority from Dark Souls 2. Yeah, I couldn't even get an attack in there because I'm so fucking slow with this mace compared to like a sword or something, but then again, that's what you trade for the power. Can't always have both unless you're a dexterity build, but it is what it is. And he will always drop a humanity for you, so if you need one of those, well, you might want to kill him. But I do want to keep going back, though. There is another interesting little event you can get the trigger if you keep going. The other way, that is. So let's drop. There we go. And you see these guys. These are basilisks. They will try to curse you. If you get cursed, it is an instant death. And you will have half health when you respawn. And it's very hard to, like... It's quite tedious at this point in the game to actually remove a curse. So it's one of the few, like, times in this entire game when I would actually consider something a beginner's trap. Because if you don't know exactly where to go and what to get and all that, you can easily, like, ruin your game just about. Because it's, you know, for newer players, it's hard to begin with just to play the game normally, but with half health, you're probably going to end up giving up and making a new character half the time. As you can see, my curse meter is building up there, so I have to get out of that gas, that fog there. They are spraying me down. Ah, shit, there's one behind me, too. This isn't good. Okay. Luckily, my mace can one-shot them with a strong attack. With my R2s. Just have to watch out for... Don't know if it can permeate the walls or not. But yeah, I would say if it wasn't for the boss that you face here, the depths is like one of the most forgettable parts of the game. It's just not all that memorable. It doesn't have much going for it, if I had to say. Oh shit, he sprayed it up top. Oh, he came around. Smart dude. Or no, he didn't. There's two of them again. The fuck out of here. Those big bulbous things on his face are not actually his eyes. They are, in fact, I don't fucking know, organs of some sort. But his eyes are actually quite small and beady, you just can't see them. And yeah, this place is absolutely mobbed with these enemies too, so... As you can see, he tried to Mario me, but... he ain't a plumber. In fact, he's not even a human. These guys are in all the Dark Souls games, to my knowledge. They're in 2 and 3, so that about covers it. Got more items here. There's the Ring of the Evil Eye. Not very good in this game, in my opinion, because what you can do with it is... like, each kill you get very, like, negligibly restores health. I don't think it's all that good. I think it's not worth a ring slot. That's the best way to put it. There should be more stuff down here, though. I just gotta find it. There's one thing in particular I want to show off. I believe it's right around this corner. Yeah, there's more enemies here, so therefore I haven't been there yet. Oh, not good. Yeah, I have no curse resistance right now, so that also builds up quite quickly. You can get items later on that will help you stand up to that a little better. But right now, we ain't got none of that. Instead, we got more rats. Poise through them. Could not poise through that, though, for some reason. Oh, he's being a coward, is he? I hate how so many enemies in this game get a fucking backstep that comes out on the first frame. And by the way, that is the thing I wanted to show off. I'm just about to die here, so I need to, like, be more conservative. What sucks is these enemies also have what I like to call priority. Yep. There's not a lot of that I could have done there. I'll just rehuman myself. Okay. I have returned. I have to call bullshit on that, because I hate how these fucking enemies get priority over. That's why you want poise in this game, because a lot of enemies have that when it comes to Dark Souls 1, although it just makes it worse in Dark Souls 2 and 3, because you ain't got no poise in that game. How can I possibly do what I wanted to do? Thank you. Here we go. This is what we call an invader. This one is an NPC, of course, not a real person. But occasionally enemies can invade from other worlds. Usually humans, not NPCs, but this is kind of the game's way of introducing the concept to you. We have Knight Kirk as our first one. I think we got some humanity from that, though, so it wasn't a total loss. Now we're back into this kind of main room here where the rat used to be, the big one. And I do believe if we keep going... Come on, walk onto the thing in front of you, not... Well, I guess that was closer to me, but still. You get what I mean, fam. I don't want to go up here just yet. I'd like to go further in here, because we have a new NPC to talk to.
Hi, Shemai. I'm Donald of Zero. I'm just a pet nurse. I adore trinkets and oddities, so I trade for them.
And he has 3, count 'em 3, gold pine resins. You probably want to buy those for this part. Has a few other items as well, but nothing particularly... I mean, he has this armor, but it's not very good. He's a kind of a strange fellow, doesn't really have a lot of lore behind him, so...
Well, I'm certain we will make a good trade of it.
We just did.
To share some tips. If you see people in the catacombs, use divine weapons. That will repair the reassembling skeletons. Thank you. That was a fine trade. I have this funny feeling we'll meet again soon.
Yeah, he's a eclectic fellow, I would say. And he will sell more things when he moves back. Yes, and by the way, yes, he will move back to the shrine later on. Minor spoiler there. What we want to do right now is head a bit downwards. There are summons here if you want them. There's, if I can find them. I'm not sure what floor they're on, though. Could be further down. This place is kind of multi-tiered, you see. see. I'm not going to use them personally, but yes, we got Solaire once again returning from the gargoyle fight. And on the other side we have Lautrec. The guy that we freed earlier will indeed help us with this fight, staying true to his promise of helping us. However, I want to get this gold resin ready to go, because this, my friends, is the new boss. Let's put the Estus out, why not? Cutscene time, baby. You ever seen that one movie, Teeth? It's kind of like that. This guy is very twitchy in 60 FPS. Alright, you want to fight a dragon in this game? Well, you got one. This is the Gaping Dragon, the first actual anything resembling a dragon you fight in Dark Souls. It is, as you can see, quite large. What you want to do is get it to charge. Yes, I just rhymed. So get away from it first. You may want to sprint, just in case. He has a few different attacks he can do, but what we want him to do is try to charge at us with unrelenting force. Although this is not the Elder Scrolls. Is he going to attack at all? Or am I just going to be running in circles forever? Because usually he'll try to charge my ass down. Come the fuck on. No, don't stomp. Don't throw a fit because you didn't get your way. Okay, here it comes, I think. See which way is he going to go. Yeah, he'll do this, which usually will kill you in one hit if it actually hits you, but it also leaves him quite vulnerable. So let's go for his tail, why don't we? Lightning is his weakness. As you can see, I got the Dragon King Great Axe from hitting that, so he can no longer do one of his attacks. He normally has kind of a tail-swiping move that he likes to do, but I have disabled that now, just like in the Gargoyle boss fight. He does have quite a bit of health, so might be a bit of a war of attrition here, but how did that not hit? I'm not hitting him at all. What the fuck? Just have to go for the arm. Okay. Watch my stamina. It's weird. He's one of the only enemies in the game that actually has a tanking ability. He has like a lot of defense and health, whereas most of these bosses are glass cannons. But I'll just be taking that. He has a lot of health, but he's also not that hard. So it's just kind of, I don't know. They made a boss that was like tankier than the rest, but also has worse AI. Not sure how I feel about that. Doing a lot less damage now because my resin ran out. Gonna try to swipe me, but he ain't got no tail, bitch. Alright. Can we just gonna do that again? Yes, we can. Alright. Let's get that resin ready to go. You know, resin, fun fact, is the leftover when you smoke weed. So I guess somebody must have been smoking some lightning kush to get this to go into existence. Just gonna do a lot of two-handing attacks on him here. Doing pretty good so far. Trying to swing me with that stub. You literally ain't got nothing. I mean, literally, there ain't nothing on the back of yo ass. You ain't even got no ass, you skinny ass bitch. You ain't no more dragon than Drake. For fuck's sake. Alright, got him on the ropes, baby. He does have one desperation attack that he can do, and it's not this, but you want to watch out for this. He will try to flop on you. Let's see, what are you doing now? Perfect. You just sealed your own death, buddy. Come on. He's literally charging to his own death right now. Can you believe that? 2 and 3. Didn't even have to heal. Look at that shit. 10 Estus. And for that, you are awarded the Blighttown Key, which is a key that will allow you to access Blighttown. I don't know how you would ever figure that out without my extremely helpful guidance. But yeah, one of the easier bosses, if you ask me. I know some people have had trouble with him before. I mean, you got summons for him, you can use that, but you saw what I did there. I just ran away from him the whole time. I wasn't exactly being a chivalrous knight there, but who cares? I beat him. A victory is a victory, my dude. By the way, remember that backwards speaking magic man I killed with the firebombs earlier? If you do not kill him, he will, like, I don't think he revives them, but he will buff the Gaping Dragon. So it is in your best interest to kill him as quickly as possible. Just saying. That is something that you definitely want to do. Kind of out of the way, but worth it in the end. Just gonna fuck around here. Yeah, that, by the way, is the attack I was talking about. I can mash the bumpers to get out of it faster, but I didn't know that guy was there. Honestly, I didn't. Just get these guys out of the way. If they drop anything good, it'll be worth it, I suppose. I'm not too worried about going back for anything right now. I just want to level up. Which I believe I can do right over here? There should be a door, I think. By the way, I didn't mention it when I was grabbing it, because I was talking about other stuff, but this right here, where is it? Oh, it's in the keys. A large ember, you can give this to the blacksmith back at Undead Parish to get your items to +10, as it says in the description. But this will lead right back up, another shortcut this game has. Climb up this incredibly rusty ladder, and you will find yourself right back at the bonfire. No worries at all. So let's see here. Could maybe use a soul or two. 5 of those things, damn. Why did that guy give me a twin... Oh no, he didn't. I don't think he did, actually. Who gave me the twin humanity? I wasn't paying attention to that. I know certain enemies in this game will give twin humanities as kind of a lore thing, because there's 2 of something. Like, all the corpses that have twin humanities in this game are actually pregnant bodies. Kind of a disgusting thing to think about, but that's what they are, as far as I can tell. Attention to detail is fine, but that's a little bit disgusting. So what do we want to level up to close off this part? Well, I got pretty good strength. This will go some more endurance. Maybe a little more strength. I kind of want to start doing attunement so I can get some spells. Do a couple of those. Wait. Yeah, we get another slot, so it's good. Alright. What do we need to be able to fast roll? We have 90 total. Okay. We'll just keep trucking on that until the next time, though. I have been LoveGame, this has been Dark Souls, and I will see you guys next time for one of the most infamous parts of the game. Until then, farewell.